What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and in this one I'm going to be going over a GBP CAD sell that I caught for me and the team, which just over 24 hours we managed to catch over 150 pips on the trade, which is absolutely fantastic. And didn't quite hit final target, but literally just shy, I think just 8 pips off final target. I saw a little reversal point, which I will explain in this video, of where I took profit. So literally 8 pips off TP, which, you know, I was happy with, just in case obviously it'd reverse and potentially come back up to our entry point if we're not careful. So I was happy to take the 8 pip hit. To obviously secure as much profit as possible, obviously in that trade. So let's hop straight into this. So as you can see here, this is the trade fully played out. And just to address the elephant in the room of why I got out where I did. So I actually got out right at the bottom here, guys, as you can see here. So the reason why I got out at the bottom here is if I pull out my tool here, as you can see on the hour, we do tend to get some reaction around this area. Now I already had, as you can see, like from before, my full target was down to the 1.86300 areas, where, you know, we do like to come down to. But as you can see, as of more recently, when we come down to these levels, we tend to have rejected literally just off those 1.86300 areas. And of course, you know, if I held, say if I was in this trade and I held down to these levels and didn't get taken out when my TP was there, I'd be pissed. Do you know what I mean? So I had the plan of this trade to take it obviously down to the final TP of 1.86300, but when I looked to the left and saw, you know what, we do get some wicks, we don't quite reach this level all the time, I was looking to kind of take the trade if we got to these levels around here for the full TP, just to make sure we're maximizing our gains just in case of reversal, in which, as you can see, we have started to get a little bit of reversal. So my exit point here was absolutely on point. As you can see, the reason for that is because if you look to the left here, we do get the reaction around this area, and then obviously the reaction here as well. So I said to myself, if we get to around these regions here of the 1.86550 to the 1.86300 levels, I'll be happy to take that trade as a full TP throughout. But as you can see, really smooth sailing trade. My entry point, if I grab the circle tool here, was right here. So let me zoom in. As you can see, we got the really nice break and close at the level, and then plain sailing all the way down to final target, basically. So we're in this trade. I think I actually got in on the retest of this level here, so I was in a slight bit of drawdown and then came down here. So I was in at about 7 or 8 a.m. And then we exited the trade around 8 or 9 a.m. the next day, which is absolutely fantastic. Really lovely move, and a final pip count there of, down to these levels here, around 152 pips, which is obviously brilliant. So when the trade got to this level here of the 1.87393 areas, I took a TP1, so I took some profit off the table, moved the stop loss to entry, and that trade could then run risk-free to final target, which, as you can see, we didn't get anywhere near our entry really, and then it just continued, and the CPI data that came out really helped our position to get down to that final target level there of around the 150 pip level, which is fantastic. But let's go into the full ideology of why I was seeing what I was seeing in this trade. And everything like that. So first things first, as we can see, we had, let's get rid of this for now. So as you can see, on the 4 hour, we actually broke out of this really huge trend line on the high time frame. If we look on the daily here, as you can see, we tend to get really big reactions of this level. As you can see, every time we hit this trend line, we reject heavily. We get sellers momentum, as you can see here. And if I look back on the 4 hour, I've actually circled some of the areas that I've taken previous sells before, that you've probably recognized if you've been watching my channel. So as you can see, when we get to these levels, we tend to really reject, sellers enter the market, and we tend to get that downfall there. But as of recently, we came above. We've actually broken out of this trend line. We've retested it, proven that the trend line is strong, and then we've actually come back in this level. So what I've seen is we've come back in this level, we've come back up, we've rejected these levels here, as you can see. So I have drawn a line here, just showing that rejection level, because of course above here I do not have any data whatsoever. So what I was seeing was, like, right, let's look left. As you can see, And when we actually get the break through this level, what do we tend to do? We tend to at least come down to this 1.87393 area, as you can see. When we get below this level, we at least come to the 1.87393 areas. But to protect myself, as you can see, when we've rejected off this level before, we tend to get a rejection here as well. So a little bit of a fake out. So what I've done to protect myself is I have drawn myself a horizontal ray, literally at this fake out level, which as you can see, we tend to respect. So then I've said to myself, okay, if we get the break of this level, then we can get in. So the 1.88109 level, just to make sure, obviously, we don't get faked out and, you know, this trade could continue, you know, further up or whatever from the fake out level. I was just making sure that when we break this zone here, that we have seen has structure here, we might see that play to at least the 1.87393 levels, as you can see. Now, to back up my bearish remark and ideology on this, as you saw me just delete there, we actually have a standard head and shoulders pattern, as you can see. Left shoulder, we had the head there, and then we had the right shoulder, as you can see, with the beautiful neckline literally being the break of that level, as you can see there. So absolutely fantastic head and shoulders pattern, as you can see. For you guys that don't know head and shoulders pattern, this is a traditional head and shoulders pattern. So if we break the neckline here, we'd be looking for sells, extra confirmation for sells. Now, as you can see here, we had that fake out level, so I was looking for the break of that. We did get the break and close here. I think I got in on the retest of this level. I'm obviously hoping it just continue straight away, but we did get a bit of push, little bit of a push up. I was in about 15 pips drawdown. And as you can see here, we've got the close back below and then plain sailing down to the 1.87393 levels there, as you can see, for about 65 to 67 pips for a TP1, which is obviously great. By that point, the trade's running completely risk-free and we've banked some. So I think I took just over half of the trade off at that point, and then we let the rest run, where I took obviously the final target there at this level here, right down the bottom for over 150 pips. As you can see, my stop loss there was literally break of the trend line, break of the right shoulder, as you can see. So if we broke above this level, I would have been out of the trade for a 4.21 risk to reward ratio, which is absolutely fantastic. So this trade literally played to an absolute T, literally just by looking at what the market likes to do, how the market structures, how it reacts to these levels, and everything like that. Because as we've seen, every time we reject or break below this level, we at least come to the 1.87393 areas, which, as you can see, we done fantastically. And then we got the extended sell-off down to these levels over here, which I took the final target, as you guys know. So a really, really nice plain sailing trade, but another confirmation that really, really helped me with my analysis here is Market AI. Now, of course, Market AI gives you all of your fundamentals, everything that you need to know, all of your news, literally in a click of a button in one place, so we can make informed decisions on our technicals and back that up with fundamentals, literally in a click of a button. So let's head over here to GBP CAD and see the analysis here for GBP CAD. Now, of course, my GBP CAD trade was a higher time frame trade, you know, 4 hour daily, going off that trend line and that sort of thing here. And as you can see, Market AI gives it to us straight away. Higher time frame bias, we are slightly bearish, sorry. Intraday, slightly bearish, which obviously supports what we wanted there of the sells in the market. We are looking for sells, we are looking for bears in the market, and Market AI is literally given to us right here. Higher time frame bias, slightly bearish, intraday, slightly bearish. Now, how does it come up with these calculations? It takes all of the fundamentals that's going on with that pair around the world and obviously compiles it all together, and then obviously gives you that outlook based on the news of what has come out obviously about this currency. So if we look down here, as you can see, what is impacting GBP CAD right now. So we have UK fiscal concerns. So the UK government borrowing data indicates growing fiscal strain, causing sterling trade sideways and limiting its strength against the Canadian dollar. So limiting its strength against the Canadian dollar. So of course we want the Canadian dollar strength to obviously drive our trade, obviously as a sell trade of GBP CAD. Obviously the bullish remarks is the oil prices and then the market volatility is just neutral. So we have the UK fiscal concerns being 50% bearish, and obviously the oil prices being 30%, and so overall we are, as it shows here, slightly bearish on this pair, which obviously goes hand in hand with what we was looking at for the sells, right? Then we have all the high impact news here on the right, showing us exactly what's going on. But it's so lovely, absolute game changer to have this all in one place, and literally a click of the button. Literally clicked on this, the higher time frame bias and the intraday was bearish, so I'm like, yep, all my confirmations are here, let's enter the trade. So big ups to Market AI for always coming in clutch for all the fundamentals. So I don't have to scramble Twitter anymore, I don't have to scramble news sources. I can literally just go on one place, see if it all lines up with my technicals, fundamentals and technicals all in unison. So we take the trade, and what happens when that happens, guys? As you can see, we get a lovely target off of that, which is absolutely fantastic. Of course, if you were part of this trade, make sure you give me a message. Make sure you give a big thumbs up as well on this video if you caught these pips today and everything like that. If you want to know exactly how I find high probability setups daily, all of the setups that you see take me under an hour a day. I mark up 15 to 20 pairs a day. It takes me 1 hour to mark up all of them. So I can go on and, you know, go to the gym, enjoy my day. I'm literally on the charts an hour a day. So if you want a strategy that fits around your personal lifestyle, this is going to be the strategy for you. All you need to do is reach out to me on Instagram, and I'll give you all the info for that, or have a look in the description. There's some helpful links there for you guys as well throughout and everything. Of course, if you guys are a trader and you want that extra fundamentals, I actually do have a discount code for Market AI, absolute non-negotiable for you as a trader. If you use Dan10, you're going to get a discount off of the entire platform, so make sure you take advantage of that. But other than that, guys, I'll put the profit on the screen somewhere. I look forward to speaking to you guys in terms of education, getting this strategy under your belt, which, as you've seen, has played out absolutely beautifully again. But other than that, guys, I'll see you on the next trade. I hope you found that insightful, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next trade. Peace.